Donald Trump's little photo op and, whatever the hell, turning the White House lawn into a horrible car dealership this week is what captured headlines, right? When Donald Trump announced, I'm going to be buying a Tesla on Wednesday, and then Elon Musk brings all those hideous looking vehicles onto the White House lawn. They take some pictures. That's what got the headlines. Those images are what went everywhere. But what was unfortunately very sorely overlooked was the fact that Donald Trump also officially declared that these people out there protesting at Tesla dealerships are now considered domestic terrorists. And if any of them engage in any form of violence, he says, they will in fact be charged and prosecuted as domestic terrorism cases. If you key a Tesla, which I don't think anybody should do, by the way, you should never do that to another person's car. But if you do that, you're now a domestic terrorist in the eyes of the law, according to the President of the United States. That is how far Donald Trump is willing to go to humiliate himself and, of course, to bastardize justice here in the United States by reclassifying what should be considered petty vandalism under the eyes of the law. It is now domestic terrorism. And if he can do it on this issue, he can do it on any issue. That's the point. This is fascism, this is a dictatorship, this is authoritarianism, this is whatever the hell horrible name you want to call it. It is all of those. Going after one specific company now is considered domestic terrorism. What if somebody goes and protests at a Ford dealership? Is that still domestic terrorism? I mean, they're a real American company. I mean, Tesla, it's owned by an immigrant. Right? Why are Republicans not the ones out there protesting? Elon Musk is not a natural-born U.S. citizen. I don't even know his citizenship status, to be honest with you. I thought y'all hated all immigrants to the United States. But this is dangerous. This is going to get people locked in prison for life. Domestic terrorism is not a simple charge. Vandalism is. Vandalism, you may get a couple months, but most likely you're going to get some sort of supervised release, house arrest, and of course, pretty hefty fines. But you're not going to go to a federal prison. You get convicted of domestic terrorism, you're gone. Possibly for the rest of your life. Imagine the President of the United States sticking his neck out so hard for a dealership that, by the way, 6 months ago, Donald Trump was telling us that electric vehicles suck. They're the worst things ever. And now he's saying if you go to one of their dealerships, smash the window on one of the cars, which again, you shouldn't do. And they're not, by the way. There was a ruckus at one New York Tesla dealership. 9 people got arrested. None of them were domestic terrorists. The rest of these Tesla takedown protests have been totally peaceful. Completely peaceful. And these people are legally, under the First Amendment, allowed to do this. Trump said earlier this week that they're illegal protests. They're not. But in his mind, these are all now all domestic terrorists. And this is becoming dangerous in the United States because first he's going to start with the Tesla takedown movement. Then it'll move on to whatever the next protest is. The next time a police officer murders somebody in cold blood and there's protest, they're going to be domestic terrorists. The next time we have environmental protesters out there trying to take on a new pipeline being built, they're going to be labeled domestic terrorists. That's how it starts. That's what Trump is doing, and we are officially sliding right down that slippery slope. Thanks for watching, everybody, and if you're not already, please subscribe to the channel. We got fresh content every day for you. And if you want to follow us across social media, make sure you check out all of the social links that we have posted in the description of this video.